Mariner's scale mail, is that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, serpent scale mail.
Serpent.
Serpent scale mail.
Yep.
Yeah. Gave me a little juice to my AC, which was badly needed.
Yeah.
Shoot. I just rolled a natural 20. I shouldn't have, because that probably wasted it.
Yep, you wasted it now. I rolled
given it
4 20s in a row last night on different
Seriously?
dice. My kids gave me another die to tell me to stop rolling crits against them, and I rolled another crit.
That's a good sign. I like this sign.
I was rolling out in the open too, so they all saw it. They can
Yeah.
verify.
Ugh.
But yeah, boom, 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 and that was like magical.
I prepped the ice dice. Okay. They're working.
Oh, just fixing the camera. Sorry.
Still can't hear.
Do
I don't know if it's just angry at me.
you want to try and just listen? I don't know if it'll work because I'm on Bluetooth here, but you could also try and just listen through the computer here. Or I could give you my other Bluetooth headset and you can just listen on there.
Yeah, I did that before and it worked pretty well.
Maybe. I don't know why it's angry at me.
Okay. Let's just do this
Because I
then.
still have the disconnected overlay. That might
That's
be what's
weird.
throwing it off.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I think that's why it's angry at me.
Try that one. It's right there, yeah.
Yeah, but what's like your temperature variation from the warmest season to the coldest season there?
Like 10 degrees.
That's it?
Wow.
Mm.
But it's
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
105 or 95? Is that the two? I don't know.
No,
Or is
not
it,
quite that bad. It's just really thick. So, the hottest is like high 80s,
No,
low
California.
90.
California
Okay.
rules.
Very.
Yeah, 99% humidity and 92
Kelvin
degrees
temperature
is miserable.
scale?
So,
Yeah, it's 90 Kelvin all the time. It's a little hot. Or is that cold? Is low Kelvin high or cold?
It's the same.
Is it the same?
Like low is cold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's very cold. It's like negative 300.
Yeah, you don't want to go
Let
to
me try
0
something.
Kelvin.
No.
Can you hear me through the Discord right now?
No.
Mm.
Okay.
But I have you muted on Discord specifically.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you, but I don't know.
I think she's coming
You're hearing
through
us through
Yeah.
through the main microphone.
main mic.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Let's go live. There we go.
Yeah.
It's time.
We're alive. I heard a beep.
I disconnected.
Aw, that's a sad beep.
Ah,
It'd do us no good if it started talking in the middle of the stream.
True. True.
Seems like it might be slightly problematic.
all right. We've got Jared joining us from the Philippines tonight, and Cameron is off tonight on a little vacation again. It's getting to the end of summer, and for any of you watching us in the future, it's getting to the end of summer, and people are out having fun.
July
Which is
just
great.
ended. It's weird.
I thought this was fun.
This is fun.
This
I'm
is
gonna
fun,
mess
but
with me again. Sorry.
Mini Monday
sometimes
vacation.
it's not quite as scenic.
Fun.
As scenic. You know?
It's not?
Nothing is more scenic than
It's scenic in our
imagination.
imaginations, but doesn't quite compare to like actually being on a beach. Maybe.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah. Although if we could play on the beach, never know.
All right. If you caught us last episode, then thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being on.
Sorry.
We have a couple of new followers I want to give some shout outs to.
Awesome.
Let me bring that up real quick. Thanks to Nathan Williams. Just a regular name.
Oops.
There you go.
That's my cousin.
Oh, thanks.
Hey.
Hi, Nathan, if you're watching, which is awesome if you are.
And Black Raz with 2 Z's. That's Raz with 2 Z's there.
No?
Nobody I know.
That's how you know it's extra Raz,
Yes.
the extra Z.
Yep.
3
So yeah,
Z's.
thanks again.
Dazzle dazzle.
Mhm.
And thanks everybody for watching and enjoying it. We get a lot of watchers in between, obviously when we're not live, in between the weeks and stuff, catching up on things, and glad that all you people out there are enjoying it. We like playing, so you might as well Might as well enjoy it too. I hope that you
Yeah.
enjoy it too. We're having fun.
Are we entertaining? I hope so.
If we're having fun, then probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around and introduce ourselves real quick for anybody that's joining us for the first time or picking up this stream for the first time. My name is Ryan. I am the GM for this game. We are playing in the basement of Dragon's Keep in Orem. Oh yeah, we can close the door. Nobody's out there yet. It's kind of hot. So.
You could leave it like cracked open.
Just a little bit until somebody shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're playing in the basement of Dragon's Keep in Orem, and you are welcome to come play with us. Send me an email at dragonskeeptv@gmail.com, and oh, there we go, it's a ghost. And hit us up. We love having guests at our table. If you want to see what it's like to stream, if you just want to get a chance to play some D&D because you haven't had a chance to do it in a while, send me an email, and we'll get you on. It'll be a lot of fun. I do have to reply back to somebody. Let me see who that was. Anyway, if you emailed me last week, you're going to get a reply. I was out of town, but you will get a reply soon. Anyway, thanks again for watching and for being interested in it. The stream tonight, we've got Mark, Erica, Troy, and Jared. And like I said before, Cameron's out on vacation. Mark, why don't you tell us who you're playing and a little bit about him?
I'm playing Eddie, the trickster cleric. He's kind of a young kid, still trying to find his way, and is just compelled to help in this scenario with this mystery of these dragonborn children seemingly apparating from nowhere. So, really excited to see where it goes.
All right, Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica. I've been playing Lene, the half-elf divination wizard, she and her family have kind of been responsible for caring for these dragonborn children, unbeknownst to the rest of the world.
Yep. And I am Troy, playing Jin, the half-kind, half-dragon sorcerer. And he just currently took 2 lightning blasts to the face, so he was a little dazed. And unfortunately very sad at the moment that those soul stones fell down a large hole. So
Yes. And Jared.
Hey guys, I'm Jared. I'm coming to you from the Philippines today. I like this game so much. No matter where I am, I figure out a way, mostly, to join. So I'm having a blast. It's my first time campaign in D&D 5e, but I've played a lot of other RPGs. And I'm playing Kelvin, the human ranger. Maybe a little vanilla for some, but I'm having a great time with him. He's stilted from his previous mercenary company and trying to form this one into a new one to make himself successful and to make his dad proud.
Nice. And show up his older brother, if I remember right.
And that,
And that too.
yes. Absolutely, yes.
As an older brother, that's I think Kelvin's a character I can relate to as far as some of my younger brothers go too. Although I never felt like I was trying to prove anybody wrong or do anything like that, but I found out later in life that a lot of my brothers
That's all they saw.
it that way. Perfect older brother. I'm like, I got in trouble just fine, just plenty on my own. You worry about yourself. Oh, fun. Welcome, and we hope you enjoy watching tonight. We are, and Seth is offering us a fan if we do need it. We might hit you up for that, Seth, if it gets too hot, but I think we're better off. We've got a lot fewer computers in here tonight than we did last time.
True, very true.
Hopefully keeping
And
the
bodies,
heat
too.
level.
And bodies, true. Yeah, we were full last time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh, for joining us.
Yeah,
And
thanks, Josh.
if you're watching tonight, thanks a lot. We had a blast with you on here, and hope to get you on again soon sometime.
Squishing spiders left and right, which is
Oh
good.
yeah, mechanical spiders.
Yep.
All right.
Honestly,
So
I
let's
think this is
catch
fun
up with
smash.
where we're at. So You are here in a... Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Let's make that full size. I lost it.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Good enough.
All right. You are here in this long unused portion of the caverns here under the mountain. What you've just rescued Linnea's father and mother, who were being held here by some kind of automaton presence that seemed to be running on its own and trying to just keep people safe, I guess. But in the end, that meant destroying you guys, or at least trying to. But you were able to survive.
Yeah.
Some of you are a little worse for the wear than others, though.
Yep.
Let's
My
start
nervous
here,
system is melting.
and we'll just pick up here, and then go from where you guys want to go next.
On a random scale, I'm picking just on a scale of like 1 to 52. I'd probably give Kelvin. He's feeling about a 31 right now, somewhere in there.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay.
I'm a little less than that, but you know,
Yeah,
as long as no more spiders crawl out of the walls, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm about half. So unless something starts up, but
If a wind knocks me onto the ground, I might die.
Oh, are you really hurting?
I'm at 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's start off with that. Let's do some healing.
And again, yeah, I will use my cure wounds on myself.
Okay, and I'll use a cure wounds on Linne.
I'll gladly take it.
For 8 points of healing damage. Yes, healing damage.
I love healing damage. It's my favorite kind of damage. And I got...
That gets you up a little bit, but maybe I better just do another one. That still leaves me with a couple other spell slots, so I'm going to do one more. On top of that, that gives you 10.
Yeah, and I got a good old +8, and that'll... I might do
that's probably
one more
plenty
just
for
You're
me for
over
now.
30, did you say?
Huh?
Kelvin?
Yeah, Kelvin can hit himself with the cure
Okay.
wounds.
Yeah, and so can
I-
so can Eddie. I'm doing okay. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit myself with one, heal up
okay.
14. I'm doing okay.
that's
Little
good.
banged up.
Cool.
All right. Well,
And basically, I double cure wound myself and scramble back over to that pit to see if I see any hints of life still down there.
Down in the pit, the big centipede, clockwork centipede that was keeping this soul stone and drawing power from it and keeping things running in here is mostly been washed away. You see that the water down at the very bottom runs from here off to the north.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything
Towards the
shining that I
bottom.
can see?
No, you have a light to shine down in there, right, or something? One of you has.
Anything shining by itself, or I can shine a light
I
down
have-
there.
No.
Light cantrip.
yeah. I
Okay.
think that goes 60 feet. I also have a light cantrip. So
Great.
I can
Yeah.
probably pick up a rock from some of the rubble and toss it down.
Down below you see that there is it's mostly been washed away.
Yeah,
So
probably not a chance.
Kind of fast moving then.
it is fast moving.
Mhm.
Yeah, to move something that large. Well, that's
I imagine we
unfortunate.
see my light
Now-
plop down and then get.
Yes.
The
Actually, yeah.
Harold and Sala are they okay? Is it Sarah Sala?
It was Sally, right?
Sally?
It was a derivative
It
of
was
Sally.
a derivative of Sally. That's right. What did we end up on there?
I have written down Sala, but I don't know.
Yeah. Something.
Oops, I'm
Do you
on.
have,
Yeah, I
uh,
have Sella
I'm on
written down
2
as well.
sessions, yes.
So Harold
Okay.
and Sella.
Sala.
Turn to
okay.
Linne. Do you have any way to detect magic? Or anybody, actually?
Yes, I do. It'll take me 10 minutes though.
I'm going to hope that tiny soul stones are heavy enough to sink to the bottom within range. in 10 minutes.
Well.
Because it's a matter of life and death at this point.
It's within 30 feet, and we estimated the
The
thing was
the
like
pit's 30
20?
feet deep.
30
We're going to go with 30 feet.
Okay. If I could get down just a little bit.
I know, if there is a way,
Would Jin dive in after it?
I would dive in after it, yeah. But if there was a way to detect it,
Only if it's still sitting down there.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to Goonies in there.
I mean, if I have to.
and,
if I have to,
ride,
I'll do it.
Ride the water through. See where it ends up.
I mean, it's just a water slide, right?
Yeah,
At
I
the end of
know.
the day?
Wait, do we have an sense of how deep it is?
About 30 feet is what
Yes.
I ended up at finally.
Yeah, probably the surface of the water starts at 30 feet, and then
Yeah.
who knows the depth. And
I could create.
I mean,
I could create a
I think
force
that-
that might be able to search it out for us.
Really?
Yeah, it'll still take 10 minutes, but I can try.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Okay.
If it
I
can
mean,
be
we
done.
could just lower you down on a rope, right?
Well, I don't even need to go down for this one, I don't think.
Oh, just to see if it's still down there and still magical.
And if anything you make, I can telekinetic it 120 feet if
Yeah.
it weighs less than 10 pounds.
It has to be within 60 feet of me, but
Oh, okay.
so I might need to be lowered down at some point if it starts getting
If
too
it can't
far.
find
But
it, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
this would not require us to all have to go into the moving stream.
right.
All right, so
All right.
I'm going to cast as a ritual Unseen Servant
Okay.
and command it to search for the soul stone.
To jump into the
Okay.
water. All right.
Yeah.
I guess Calvin will put his boring old rope away.
The servant might actually need the rope, otherwise I can just...
I might need the rope to climb down a little bit to...
Yeah, and I can telekinesis to
No,
keep
no,
things
don't,
stable.
don't force it. You don't want Calvin mundane, boring, old rope. Just forget it. Just use all your fancy magical.
Well, I mean,
It's fine.
it
Yeah,
is
so-
an unseen servant, so we're just going on faith that something's occurring as we stand here at the top of this.
True.
It's invisible, mindless, and shapeless, so
Yes. So you
But-
create an invisible,
Yeah.
mindless, shapeless medium force.
it can be commanded
Okay.
to fetch things.
Yes.
So
I cast Unseen Servant too, as far as you know.
Precisely.
And it can be anything he wants.
you do see
I
that the
love that
magic
spell.
seems to take hold, though. So you think something happened.
You
Well, I
get
have
a-
an Unseen Servant. He's just super lazy.
Never listens. I hate those kind.
He's been with us the whole time. He's just so lazy.
I love him already.
The range area of the spell is 60 feet. Can he go farther than that? Like, how far can he go? He can move 15
The spell
feet.
ends if you move 60 feet away from you.
There it is. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So his effective search range is only 60.
It's 60 feet.
So
Okay.
I can be lowered down a little bit to
Increase it.
that.
Mm.
I had to do Pythagorean theorem stuff last night. It was bad
I
enough
mean,
with that. So
yeah.
we've got to figure this out again.
I can. If I got to draw some triangles,
Yeah,
I
We're
can.
looking at a 90-foot hypotenuse.
If the height is 30 feet and
Yeah, actually, I think you're
the
right.
angle,
Is it the... Yeah, it's
C
signs
is
at
60.
60.
how do you find A? Okay.
Down.
Well, here's what happens though. You
No, the hypotenuse. has
since
to
he is
60.
made of force,
Yeah.
you actually see a splash at the bottom of the well, psh, and you can hear it echo back up to you.
Mhm.
And then about a half a minute later, 30 seconds later, you lose your connection to
Mm.
the force.
Like it was swept away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So the question
was-
is, do you want to go in?
I don't think it managed to keep its footing down there.
Mhm. So that's the question: is if
Yeah.
even if you were closer, would that help, or is it just going to get washed away before it can do anything? I mean, I'm sure we can lower you down, no problem. Super safe and everything. Mostly because Kelvin's here. I don't know anything about knots. So,
Same.
but we can definitely do that. Do we want to try and see if that changes things for the Unseen Servant? to try to find these?
I don't know if this would work, but if there's even a little bit of solid ground down there,
Yeah,
might
I just
be able to make
like
something.
I don't know
to
how heavy a
hover
soulstone
over the
is,
water.
but
Yeah. If it took 30 seconds of struggling to get swept 60 feet, then maybe it's shallow enough that there's it's not straight down depth. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it just drowned in 5 seconds.
I'm just saying, if you're going to go fishing, Sully is the smallest piece of bait that you have.
That's true.
Yeah.
And as proved last time, he's so good at swimming. I'm sorry, Cameron, your character died while you were gone.
Do you guys want to explain it to Cameron next week that you're welcome to?
To be fair, we could also lower down my fox, but my fox also can't swim, so.
I know, seriously. Like, if we have to swim, Jin is swimming. So,
I think you're at the point where you're gonna have, if you want to chase after it, it's you can logically deduce that it's been swept down this stream.
yeah.
If you want to jump in and try and swim after it, we can make some rolls for that.
We could also
If you want to try and find it
Yep.
rest maybe
somewhere
before
else,
we
or
do
use
that
some
so
other
that
kind
we
of-
don't die instantly.
use some other kind of spell, make an insight check, Jin, or at
Okay.
least a wisdom check.
Yeah.
my if it's been swept away, like who?
I've got
Who
one
knows?
other suggestion that nobody else has come up with yet, but if you guys want to make wisdom checks, I can give it to you. How about that?
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
That's very good.
But I'm running on emotion, so I don't know how effective that natural 20 actually is.
That's an 18 wisdom check on
Okay.
on the unknown idea.
Okay.
I like it.
What a memory comes back. You realize that one of the that there's somebody else that could help you out. That you were actually led to Linnea's father by a spell that Lady Sylvana cast,
Yeah.
and so if you want to find out where this thing went, then you have that option as
Okay.
well. That maybe
To
you can
have
ask
Lady
her to help
Sylvana.
out
She
with
could
that.
find it. Okay.
And
That's
maybe
good.
she could give us direction on the other end, so we don't have to go from here. So maybe it's
Yeah.
more accessible.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go talk to Lady Sylvana about
Let's-
that, and let's get Harold.
Or we can
and-
do the swimming.
The swimming and
Right.
drowning thing.
I could also.
I'm fine with that one
I
too.
could also ask my parents, do you know where this stream leads?
True.
There we go.
No, your father is you healed him up last time, right?
Yeah, that's why.
A little
Okay.
bit, yeah.
He's still. I like still that even with healing, you still have scars
Mhm.
from things.
Yeah.
He's still
Oh, yeah.
he's still bandaged up and nursing some stuff, but he's feeling better. He's leading down into it. He says, does he have a nickname for Linne?
Probably Lynn.
Linny.
That's,
And is he Scottish? Because that's the accent I'm about to break into right
go
now.
for it. Go for it. I'm totally down.
I love it.
He says, "Nay, Linny." Why am I Scottish?
I love it.
Because of the name.
Yeah. That's
Go
exactly
with,
what
go with
came
your
out.
gut.
I've never been in this part of the mountain before, much less seen where any of this goes. But it seems that this is part of the stream that runs through all of the caverns.
How did you find yourselves down here in the first place?
We were searching for Drabin, and when we couldn't find him up above, we thought perhaps he'd wandered off into the cave somewhere. We started searching ourselves and found another exit, and it led us in through the tunnels that we finally found this area where we were attacked by these creatures. After that, I blacked out, and your mother woke me up here.
Fishy creatures, tentacles.
Salad says, yes, those were the ones. They
Yeah.
tried to attack us in the caves, and then these little creatures, these metal creatures, came and dragged us away. They saved our lives, but they wouldn't let us go anywhere after they brought us in here.
Probably something they were following as a last command.
Yeah. Definitely a security system of some kind.
Yeah, there's more to these. There's more to these caverns than we've ever found. This is, like I said, the farthest I've ever been into them.
Well, I'm glad we were able to find you. We should probably move on to a part of the caverns that we're more familiar with, just in case something else happens. I don't think we should stick around here too long. Wouldn't want another defense system to start up. So, I propose we get out of here.
Yeah. Can you move?
I can move.
Okay.
And climb the ladder over here.
I might need a little help, but sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just watch out for the mountain lion.
I'd say we go back to the cave
Don't worry,
areas
he's
that
friendly.
that they're used to, that they know.
Mm-hmm.
I can make a floating disc and he can just sit on it.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Excellent.
I'll do that.
Hey,
It's a ritual.
before we get going, I think Kelvin, I don't know how deep in we got, but Kelvin can guide us back. But he's going to do his primeval awareness again, just to see what's in the vicinity.
Okay.
Yep.
1 minute of sensing aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 6 miles, because we're in my favorite terrain. So it's
Great. You do sense more aberrations. That's what the chokers were. And you can sense more of them, Kelvin, but none in your immediate vicinity. But you do get a sense that if you were to continue wandering around these caverns and things, that you would come across more of those. What else is on your list?
I know, it's quite a list. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Oh, okay.
So just not beasts.
You also can sense exactly where Lady Sylvana is. Wouldn't that have been a different adventure if you had had that back at the very beginning when you had Lady Sylvana?
You're all what now? Excuse me? That's very true.
Yeah, actually, I did have it. I think I did. I just
Did you
never
really?
used it. I didn't know what I was doing.
But now you know what a dragon looks like, so it's much easier.
It also doesn't tell me their location or their number. But of course, you're the DM. You can do whatever you want with it. But
I would think that if you can sense them, it's not just a spider sense or whatever, I guess, but you kind of know if they were behind you or in front of you, kind of feel.
Like a binary switch. Like, yep, nope.
Yep.
Sense me.
It's just
a little. Yeah.
Just an on-off switch.
Yeah.
The cavern suddenly smells of dragon.
Elemental. Yeah, I would think you'd be able to identify that. Oh, there feels like there's a dragon close by. Constructs are not on your list, unfortunately, but you do sense obviously dragons and aberrations around in here.
Dragons?
So you guys
Dragon,
kind of
sorry,
like
dragon.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, does Jin count as a dragon / aberration?
Is it? I don't think so. Is he a fae?
Yeah, he's just a little twisted, that's all.
Just a little messed up.
Yeah.
Aren't we all just a little messed up?
You guys, Calvin kind of like put his hand on the wall of the cave for a minute or so and just like concentrate, and then he comes back and reports what he thinks is in the area. Just be careful. There's more of this around.
Okay.
And I ask Harold if there's anything that we should be taking with us from here. Is any of this worthwhile? Do you need any of it?
Oh, yeah. He was very interested in some of the things in here, especially some of the clockwork pieces of things the little spiders that you've broken up and such.
I'll gather up a few of those for him and haul those out of here. Whatever else he thinks is worthwhile.
Yeah.
So.
Or
The disc can hold 500 pounds.
He
so-
hasn't had a chance to
Loaded up.
investigate, so he'll search around with you guys too if you wanted to search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll definitely join in.
I know, obviously all the clockworks are rusted and long gone, but cracking any of their chest cavities open, is there anything left inside of them?
There is not. If make an intelligence check or an insight check. How about insight?
Okay.
That's the best skill that goes with this.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Your assumption is that they were drawing power from, almost like they were going and charging up at that soul stone.
Yeah.
From the electrical blasts that were coming out of it, and from the way that that centipede creature seemed to
Yeah.
be using it, that you could probably safely assume that they were getting charged up from that somehow, and not operating on their own
Yeah.
Source of power.
source of power. Thank you.
Their power turned off, and then somehow the security system found some power somehow.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay. In these little caves, in these little hovels, you find, like I said, robots, tin soldiers and such. There's more automatons that have kind of gone to sleep. They're no longer being powered up, or haven't been for a long time. But you also see that they've been collecting things from around the caves and bringing them here, and originally maybe building up these little places maybe years and years ago, decades ago even. But you do find a lockbox in a pile of things that have been pulled into here.
Okay.
And it is sealed up tight, and it has symbols on it that match some of the runes and things that are from down below, from the control room and such.
Specifically from the security system.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we should try to open that here. Let's take it out. We'll try
If it's
to
carryable, we can carry it.
Let's carry it out of here for now.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So
that's
it's
the
a
only
lockbox?
thing of interest that's not it doesn't look
junk.
like garbage or junk.
I'll grab
Okay.
anything that looks like it could be used to help maintain the console
Okay.
that we normally use.
Yeah, so a lot of little mechanical pieces and
Yeah.
stuff. Sure.
Yeah. Was there anything remnant
There's a
like
weird
to
USB
find?
charger.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
laying around, but it's micro USB, so it doesn't match anything that you guys have. I'm just kidding.
Even in fantasy, nothing works. Is there anything left of the console? It's just smashed to pieces.
It exploded. You're looking at the base of it. It exploded and kind of tilted over and fell into the pit.
Yeah.
So it's about halfway. About half of it is just blown up, and the
Yeah.
other half is looks like the bottom of this centipede type construct that has all these little legs that were wrapping around a main extending like a pole
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
extend up.
Mhm.
And it's got probably the majority of the little pieces and gears and things that you find are from that still, but the
Mhm.
top half of it is all
Yeah, just
totally blown away.
shredded and gone.
I'm
Okay.
incredibly curious about the grates. Where do they lead? What
Sure.
are they? How big are they?
They are person size if you're crawling through.
Okay.
So about 3 feet tall, maybe. If you wanted to crawl through them, you could bust them open and crawl through. The water coming through it is very fresh and very cold.
Mountain spring sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the spiders emerged out of there.
They
right?
did.
Probably part of the maintenance system, even.
Are there any weird noises from the pit?
Just rushing water.
Just rushing
Yeah.
water? No, like turbine sort of deal or anything?
Oh, I hadn't considered that. No, I don't have any hydroelectric power generators
The only thing I
in
can
here.
think of.
No.
That's a
Yeah.
good question, but I think all the energy here is coming from a different source.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully.
I don't have anything else I was thinking about looking at. We should maybe try to take this box and see if we can decipher how to open it
Yeah.
safely,
Yeah.
if there's a way. Using the symbols that we know back in the main control room, because you said they matched in a lot of ways.
A lot of ways, yes, and they have runes on it, like the symbol that was protecting the vault room that you guys found.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say, turning to Harold just as we're trying to help him out the ladder, it's like the more I see if this place, the less secure I believe it to be. Just gears turning about what in the world we're going to do with all these children. But yeah, just
Well, and not only that, unhatched eggs. That's the other part of it.
Yeah,
too. I
that
don't know if
too.
it's too much to move. Or
Yeah.
Anyway, we should.
but we'll talk about that.
we
Yeah,
can talk
we'll get
about
together.
that with Lady Sylvana and whatnot.
Yeah,
That'll be
Okay.
quite the conversation.
yeah. Actually, I might have an idea about that. So
Okay. Well, do we want to go back to Lady Sylvana now, or back and mess with this lockbox first? I don't know
Probably
how
both.
far Harold and
Like-
Sala would want to travel today.
yeah.
There's no way Kelvin's leaving without opening that lockbox.
Okay.
Yeah, probably outside of the facility would be the safest place to open it. But
I was thinking we could use. Well, I don't know. I guess Harold would know the symbology as well as we would be able to figure it out, right?
sure.
I could also
Potentially.
help with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's go outside.
Yeah.
Are you okay opening it up outside, Kelvin?
Outside the mountain?
Yeah.
Or, oh, okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
out.
just out in front where Lady Sylvana is.
Yeah,
Because-
wherever we left her. Like I don't
She's
know how
back at
far
the
away.
She's at the
control
console.
room. She's back at the control room.
Oh, she
Oh,
stayed
she's-
at the control.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot we came in.
Yeah,
I
because I showed her
remember
how
that.
to use some of the stuff so that it was like a protection sort of
Oh,
deal.
maybe she'd be able to tell us how to open it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. So you good with doing that? Getting to Lady Sylvana with the box, or you want to do it here, Kelvin?
No, if the box is coming with us,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah,
good.
yeah. It's coming
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
All right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
Probably
try and
wise to do it in a safer location
yeah
when we're
get back
ready
quickly
to.
and quietly. And if any spiders wake up when we open it, it'll be far away from me there.
And I'll have the floating disc ready for my dad to just sit on, and it'll follow me the entire way.
It's called an arcane stretcher.
Yep.
Your trip is mostly uneventful back to the main part of these caverns and back to the control room. Lady Sylvana is studying intently many of the controls there, and you see that she's making notes in a notebook that she has and sketching things out. She greets you when you come back. Welcome. I see that you've found everyone successfully. It's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah, I introduced everyone around Lady Sylvana. This is Harold and Sala. We just met. They are
They are my
his
parents.
But we're happy to get them back safely here. So
I am very pleased that they were able to be found and that they were unharmed.
Yeah. By the way, my sister sent out a message to. She basically hired these guys to find you. Also, technically me, but I was already with them before we got that message. But we should probably check in on her, just so you know.
Torin and Sully volunteer to head down to the town and to take them news and to collect the collect the fee, collect the reward.
Collect the
Okay,
reward
great.
that we were already en route to. Yeah, I love it.
If that's okay with you, Kelvin.
Yep.
splitting the parties always.
I think we would probably all
Best idea.
write something for her so
Okay.
that she had for sure confirmation that we were all alive and safe.
Great.
Yep.
That's a smart idea. All right.
Now,
Just
now that
taking
we're back
somebody's word.
here, Kelvin's gonna be snacking on some of that moss,
Some of that hot moss.
Just you can't get enough.
algae, whatever.
I'm gonna call it.
Lichen.
I'm gonna call it
Now and then.
Pringles from now on, because it seems that once you pop, you can't stop.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I wonder what Harold's reaction to that is, actually.
I don't think he's ever tried any of it.
I don't think any of us
No.
have tried it, but
Nobody's thought
So
to.
the reaction that you would have of watching someone scrape moss off the wall and eat it.
and then have like
They're
a bit of
like
a funny reaction.
Little glowing nodules that like pop when you bite into them. So it's
Mm.
once you pop, can't stop.
Oh yeah, they're totally like the they've got little like salmon eggs or fish
Oh.
eggs from sushi.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
The tamago.
Yeah.
Although they're probably more like little seed or spore
yeah.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So I'll ask Lady Savannah, do you have any idea how this box might be opened based on your study here?
Yes, I've been taking so many notes. This is such a wonderful find. And she looks at the box and yeah, okay. She hesitates just before touching the lock, though, and you can see a new symbol light up, a glow around it, and she and says, "Edward."
What?
And then casts a dispel magic on the box, and you see this
I was
little...
tricking her or something? Wasn't me, I swear.
That's why we brought it to you.
When she opens the box, let's roll. Who wants to roll for some treasure?
What's in the box?
What do you want us to roll?
Give me a roll.
Everyone now has a luck step. Let's roll for luck.
All right.
Oops, I lost the page. Hang on.
Advantage if you're very dumb.
Idiot Savant is the best perk in Fallout. Bar none.
100% right about that.
Yep. The lower your intelligence, the more experience you gain.
Well, there you go.
The longer a dumb person lives,
The more experience they
the
gain.
more experience they gain. Yeah.
Okay,
It's fantastic.
we're just going to make it a random item. So roll a D100.
Ooh, that's fun. We'll grab 100 and a...
Yeah, get your two
D10.
10-sideds. Yeah.
That's a 12. I can't dice. There it is. Yeah. That is a 12. No. Yes.
Yeah,
10?
that's 12.
12?
That's 12, yeah.
Yeah, that's 12.
9, 10, 11, 12. Inside, you find a cloak.
Oh, very nice.
Deep purple and hemmed with silver lining that has starburst patterns around the...
I have a feeling this might fit Jin pretty nicely, but...
Fancy cloak.
Or, well, I mean, yeah. But I don't have identify, so I don't know.
I don't either.
I can
Alas.
try. Okay.
And yeah, if you
Yeah,
do...
yeah, I can try to identify it.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I can
Awesome.
certainly do that.
It is magical, as you assumed, from the fine make and the strange starlight symbols on it. When you...
I do have to touch it, so.
Yes. As you examine it and try and get in tune with it and sense what it does, or what it is, you see in your mind's eye this constellation, like the sky, and just constellations are lit up in the sky for you, and they seem to be shine. Some of them shine brighter or dimmer, and they change constantly. You feel like if you were to, almost like the constellations were trying to tell you something, and almost like you could read the future by looking at them.
I like this.
Whoa.
So while you're wearing this cloak, once per long rest, you can use an action to cast the guidance spell. And while you can see the night sky and are wearing the cloak, you can use an action to cast the augury spell.
Awesome.
There you go.
Once per day?
Once per day.
For both of those? Or is it
Yeah,
one?
for each. One for each.
Wow.
So guidance once per day,
Awesome.
and then if it's nighttime and you can see the sky, you can cast augury. When you do, the omens are represented by a number of shooting stars that appear in the sky.
Oh.
And based on where the shooting stars go, what constellations they go through, you would feel like this would be a good thing to do, or this would be a bad thing to do.
choice.
Does it have a name?
It is a Seer's Starlight Cloak.
I was going to say, it would pair perfectly with my astrolabe.
And I'm using in case anybody's interested, I'm using the item generator on herebetaverns.com. This is a really great
Awesome.
one. So
I was going to say,
This is very neat.
when Jin actually takes a look at it and recognizes it, he kind of scoffs at it at first and kind of bitterly goes to the corner of the room and just sulks a little bit.
Okay. Well, I mean,
This is a very
it's-
neat item.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not an item that I
No,
don't think
no,
I
it-
could utilize very
It
well.
is.
so.
I happen to love it, but my goddess is probably symbolized in that cloak, and I don't appreciate that it's here.
Mm.
Put it that way. I worship.
I'm going to put the notes for this in
Yeah.
Discord.
I worship tomorrow, and hers is the 7 pointed star, and I worry that it might have come from one of the Dragonborn tribes, but
Hmm.
it's the reason why this place is what it is.
Well,
You know, if nobody's keen to use it, we could sell it.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I would be honored to use it. I just it's bitter.
Go for it.
It's bittersweet.
Sure.
I don't see me jaunting around with a gray cloak on.
Yeah, no,
That's all.
It's
Well-
not Kelvin's fashion sense there.
fine, I
Not his jam. No, I don't think that's gonna suit him at all.
No, it's
If I might mention something, I think it
It is
wants to
wonderful.
leave this place.
I get that feeling too.
After all, it works best under starlight.
True. Very true. It's
Looks like this is originally from a website called the Griffin Saddlebag. Oh no,
that-
that's a user on. I'll have to look this up. But yeah. Anyway, yep. Website I use to get the random items here to be taverns.com, and this is just to give credit back to who it is. This is from the Griffin Saddlebag who came up with this.
awesome.
Cool.
So I'll show a picture up for everybody though. Give me a
Yeah.
second to do that. You guys can decide what you're gonna do with it.
Actually, can I tell you all a story?
Sure.
Of course.
It's part of the reason why I'm here, and I turn to Lady Sylvana, and this is actually a story that she told me that started my whole trek into finding Dragonborn in the first place. Are you guys familiar with the story of Tisnip the First?
Am I?
Tisnip
No.
was one of the heroes from. Which one was it? He wasn't the Paul Watch hero, was he?
He was, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So one of the original avatars that we developed out, I think Sully came up with. I think Sully came up with him. Cameron came up with him. But
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Tisnip was one of the founders of Paul Watch and original council
Mhm.
members there.
Yep. He was a remarkable gnome, a genius, actually. Supposedly, he could do calculations in his mind that would make an abacus blush. He invented the Warforged, in fact, and he was only 19 when he did it. He was a very young prodigy. And you might be familiar with his first creation. Our friend Tobias talked about her a little bit, called the Dreamer. The Dreamer was a creation that could see the future, could make those calculations for making any choice to see what the result would be. But he had a second
Wow.
invention, and it was he called it the anvil. And what he was meant to do was to take what the Dreamer decided should be done and make it reality. They don't talk about him very much, because when Tisnip was creating the forge for the first time and his fellow gnomes saw what he was doing, essentially the Dreamer saw the future and made decisions, and the anvil carried them out, and none of the other forged had what they called free will, and they took offense at that. And they told Tisnip, to kill the dreamer. And he wouldn't do it. He changed her. I don't know how he changed her, but something about her became impotent, I suppose. And suddenly the Forged had free will. They didn't know what to do with it. And then Tisnip died. He was only 26 at the time. He died very young. And he left behind a dreamer who could not dream, and an anvil that didn't know what to do. And the anvil got very mad with the people who wanted the dreamer dead. And so he left Palwatch and took those who would go with him to form, pun intended, a new city. And they named it Form. And they realized something. Tisnip had not taught them how to reproduce, where soul stones come from. Maybe he knew, maybe he didn't know. It doesn't really matter now, because what the anvil decided to do was take souls that did not belong to him. And that is the purpose for this facility.
To harvest.
This is a hatchery. They would hatch Dragonborn and then harvest them with this. And I hold up my staff that I found in the vault. This is what they called an etheric suspension rod. I point at the little teeth at the top. Jam that into your victim. 10 minutes later and you'd have one of these, and I click open and a little slot in the, about halfway down the rod, clicks open. There's a little soul stone. And the soul stone is glowing. So I don't know who this is or how old they were when they were harvested, but they have been here for well over 120 years.
Do the soul stones retain knowledge of their previous life?
These, yes, they do. Which is why I got so mad seeing that cluster of stones inside that console. So they've been there, their souls being torn apart as a security system for 120 years, maybe less. I have a feeling that this harvesting system is still active somehow. I was under the assumption, I've only visited one other facility, and that was in Form itself. It was inactive, very, very destroyed. And I was under the assumption that harvesting souls was something that was done by hand and not automated because of how delicate the work is. If this facility is automating the process, we need to shut it down.
You don't think... Why are you just telling us about this now?
Mostly because I wasn't sure about...
You didn't have enough clues.
I wasn't certain that... I wasn't certain that this facility was running on its own, but seeing that console, those souls should have been spent a long time ago. And the fact that they're not, it makes me very worried. Because those, the clockwork proto-warforged that we saw were very much out of power, and that console was not.
I hate how much sense this makes.
So is it then not safe to leave the Dragonborn here at all? That's what I asked Lady Slavona.
She looks very concerned as well.
Her reaction to this information.
What are my parents' reactions? Because I would have been watching their faces a little bit.
They,
I imagine they...
Your father's face has gone very pale. None of that's the stuff that we've seen here before. when the dragons started showing up, when the Dragonborn started being born, I mean, it seemed strange that they would come once a year. But it seemed like the automatons here knew what to do with them and took care of them after they were born. I never thought that this would be something for nefarious purposes. I thought it was something to help them.
At first I wasn't certain that it had been automated because, well, we've got a 15-year-old Dragonborn at least, so, you know, they're not harvesting them when they usually did.
So does that mean, though, that the facility is only in partial operation, the nurture and care of the Dragonborn, but not the harvesting of the souls?
So.
That's what it appears to be.
Yeah.
Lady Sylvana,
That staff
chimes
was
in.
locked up.
It was, yeah.
Can you show me where you found all of this? And I think you're right, Edward, that from the condition of this room and the many things that appear actually to be not working, there's much that was happening here that we were probably only seeing 10 or 20% of the things that this place was capable of.
Yeah.
And
What are the chances that those those processes start up automatically, or is it too far gone?
She gestures at some of the parts of the room that aren't glowing or don't seem to have any power in them or anything like that. She says that from what I've seen in the last hour or two, I don't see any way that these would function ever again.
Unless they were repaired or something like that. Okay.
Well, of course, yes.
Well, I take her to the secret room.
well,
Yeah.
and we know
And
that
what's
new
this
part
about?
that we were just in was undiscovered previously, and it had power and it was running on its own.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't know the extent. There might be other chambers.
Sure.
Wait, what is this about a chamber with eggs?
That's something I haven't shown you yet. I was kind of waiting until I had my parents back. But it's a location that it's very unique. And
It is, and there was no machinery attached to it,
It's-
which gave me hope initially.
May I see it, please?
Yeah, follow me. And I'll guide her to the dark cavern with only the moss. I imagine
Collecting moss.
somebody's going to be there collecting moss behind me.
Oh, we lost Kelvin.
Oh no!
Oh shoot, we lost it out of the chat.
Yep. Come back.
Ah,
I don't know if I lost
You
him or
done
if he
lunch
lost
moss.
us.
I think
Our internet
we just
connection
lost
seems to
him.
be
What was
fine.
It's stable.
Let me make sure.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to
Yeah, we're
ask
good.
Harold
Somebody
actually, how much more of this facility he's explored.
The entrance, and I've been into the den where we keep where the Dragonborn stay, and I've been through a few of the tunnels around, but they mostly they quickly turn into just caves and rock. I haven't been
Yeah,
I haven't been up where we were before. That's for sure.
yeah.
But I've been here for 15 years, and it's I've barely seem to have mapped any of this.
Yeah.
See, that's
Looks
the
like-
worrisome part, is what parts are active that we're unaware of that
Yeah.
someone could stumble into, like one of the Dragonborn accidentally. So,
Yeah.
and then we go to the egg chamber, as
Yeah.
we're having this discussion
Yeah.
and get to the.
I was just using Lady Sylvana's voice for your father. There you go.
That's
Yep. Yep.
Not confusing at all.
Although one other detail that had given me hope, which is why I didn't discuss it initially, a lot of the natural soul stones that had been available to the Warforged before Form fell had been corrupted. I don't know how many stones, natural ones that could recharge like these, survived, and apparently some have.
During my travels, when I first came here and inspected the area, I found precious few soul stones left.
Is this supposed
Lady
to be my
Sylvana
phone?
says. I got the accents down now.
Okay.
We're all good.
Yeah. And so my idea was that we might hire the Intrepidus to guard this place, if not develop it against threats that would enter, and even investigate to see if part of this facility is automated.
Well, that would take us getting a permanent setup here, which we could if potentially Tobias has instilled someone that could lead the chapter in Paul Watch. Maybe he could come here and
Possible.
make this a permanent tenement and begin researching
Yeah.
as a wharf or as a forged. That might be a good place for him as well.
I'll gladly help out as much as I can with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
After all, I'm somewhat familiar with the runes around here, and
Yeah, and I'm certain the Conclave itself, the Dreamers Conclave, would want to at least, if not know the details, then...
But that makes me
Yeah.
feel that if we are going to try to rejuvenate this place as a place of learning to understand more about how the forged worked and all of that, I think the Dragonborn should be removed entirely. All of the eggs that are remaining, as well as the,
certainly.
what?
because as more people know about this location, then it becomes less and less secure.
Yeah.
So,
As you're having this conversation and you enter into the egg chamber, you hear from Lady Sylvana cry out, "By the ancients!" And she immediately starts moving down to where the eggs are at and start inspecting them. I believe that Master Edward is correct, and I'm going to insist. The Dragonborn and these eggs will be coming back with me.
Mm.
do you have the ability to take them all now, or do we need to do this in several trips? I don't know how much you're...
Whatever time it takes. But they must be kept safe, and
They've been hatching on their own here, one at a time, but we
Yeah.
can't tell which one's going to hatch next.
Yeah, and is that
Or where
a
more
virtue
eggs are
of this
coming from.
place, do you think?
she studies them for a moment, then picks up a purple one with red stripes, and says, "This is the next one."
No.
I imagine you have a better idea of that than I do.
Then yes, whatever it takes then to get these loaded
Yeah.
up and...
And then
Also
if we need to, we can if we need to form a detachment to make sure no other eggs appear.
I don't believe any
Were
other
they-
eggs have
yeah,
appeared
we
since
asked Harold. Did they
Oh,
appear? They've
okay.
been static the whole time?
Nay, they you can see the nests from the others, and he points out 15
Oh, okay.
little
Okay.
indentations
Yeah.
where eggs used to be.
There was a set number, and we haven't seen any more since.
Okay.
But
that's good.
If there are more chambers, there probably would be
Oh,
more eggs.
That would be another
That we need
thing
to
we need to
find.
put the task force to, is
Yeah.
mapping all of the chambers, making sure all the systems are either inoperable or the ones that are operating get shut down if they're defensive or
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So
And if there's something we can control, use them to our advantage.
Yeah.
sure, exactly.
'Cause as much as we can learn from active systems, because form is toast.
Yeah. Well, and would Harold be interested in being a part of that?
Harold
If-
is actually, he gets a little grumpy when he
Oh.
hears about taking all the Dragonborn and the eggs
Okay.
away from
Okay.
here. "I don't think that I can let you do that, Slassie." "No, my lady.
Hmm.
This is where they were found. This is where they belong. And who would watch over them?
Well, I have
Who,
faith.
who
that-
would watch over them that knows who they are?"
Well, I would trust that Lady Sylvana. I apologize, Harold. I don't know if we've given you full.
I've given 15 years of my life
Sure. Yeah, I understand.
to the
that.
caretaking of these,
Um,
keeping them safe.
Well, maybe Lady Sylvana would
show her true
take
nature.
on at her keep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That she would take them
Father,
to Dragon's Keep.
this
Harold,
is
calm down
is
and
not
have some
the
haggis.
dragon.
Did you happen to bring any?
My connection's a little dodgy, so I've gone off video just to stay a little.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
It's all good. All
More
good.
consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The voice is the more important part for us right now.
I would need some assurance. One of us would need to come with you.
Well, Lady Sylvana, is that okay?
I assure you they would be very safe there, and they would have access to anything on my grounds at the keep. They would have a wonderful library to study and learn from.
It is impressive.
And Harold, what would be your bigger motivation, the care of the children or the care of this place, the discovery of this place?
I don't know anything about this Sylvana,
Yes.
and I don't know much about you, but I appreciate the help that you've been.
Yes. That's what we're trying to do. The biggest concern that we have, Harold, is that the appearance of Drevin and Kurdath. The appearance of Drevin and Kurdath have really stirred up people on the outside, and they've
Oh, yeah, by the way,
become known,
Kurdath escaped.
and people are
Do what
now searching these mountains.
They escaped
for
when my
this
parents
place.
were gone, so they don't know about that.
We are only the
this is true.
first that happened to have the kind of an idea that brought us here, and so it's only a matter of time before those zealots find this place. Now, you
That's
know
right.
Dragon's Keep, Harold. Do you know anyone who's been there before?
Nay.
Here is the
truth
Lord
is-
and Master standing here before you, Sylvana. Lady Sylvana.
If one of us has to go, I could. After all, you and Mom know a lot more about this place than I do anyway. So you'd be more helpful with the research of this place.
The truth is, Harold, is they're not safe here either.
Yeah, there's people out looking for them right now, or so I've been told at least.
Yes, they will find it eventually if they stay here. I fully believe the Kine. They're in full mobilization. They're in areas that we've never seen them before.
And they have been for about the last 5 years now.
Very heavily.
They've come into Palawatch.
Both the Kine and the Harbingers are the two groups that we know of, just those two groups that are interested in using these children in some dark arcane rituals
If I may.
to meet their own ends.
How secretive could we be about bringing them to the Dragon's Keep? How many people would know of them once they were there?
There's only myself and my servant. I have precious few visitors, if any, and only those who I allow to come are ever set foot in the Dragon's Keep. I promised you, Harold, that they would be safe.
Yeah, I've been there dozens of times, and I can't find my way there without her.
And if you wish to accompany them, I would happily make up another room, if that's what it takes.
It wouldn't hurt to have access to a library.
Lydia, I know that look in your
Maybe
eyes.
the whole family could relocate. I don't know.
It is a very impressive library.
You really shouldn't have kids around all this moss, anyway.
It's not this high quality moss. I mean, you realize the street
Highly-
value? I know I
addictive.
said that last week.
Lene's mom is swatting your hand away. Smack.
Did you know the street value of this weed?
I think if you want more moss, I think you need to start learning how to grow it.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's kind of our way of lighting the chamber, okay?
I have the herbalism kit.
All right.
Enjoy it while it's here, and when we walk out of here, that's it.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
man
what
with
they all
willpower.
say. All right,
I
Lene.
can quit this moss anytime I want.
Lene, you've been studying these prophecies. You know more about them than I do. If she can watch over these, that if they can stay in my family's charge, then I suppose I could allow it. Lady Savannah says, "Thank you very much for allowing it."
Yes.
without any hint of sarcasm in her voice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say if you need someone for constant communication between you and the dragons as they develop, I travel quite a bit.
Also, I would really, really like to learn that spell that allows you to communicate over distances. We didn't have any records of it here, so after seeing it used a couple times by you, I'm very interested. A lot easier to talk that way.
Mm-hmm.
I propose, this is Lady Sylvana again, we've got too many NPCs going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I propose that we transport them at night the way that I came down here. It will take some time. I can only bring one or two of them with me, depending on how large they are, but it's a 2-day flight up to the keep and then 2 days back. But if we hurry, we can have it all done within the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And that would give us time to do some more research in here, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I think that within a month, we'd be able to keep it. Anybody who does wander in here within 30 days, I think that they'd be small enough numbers we could stop them and keep them from going back with more information.
Plus, we have that mechanical dragon now.
This is true.
Do we? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we fixed it up.
It's a little beat up, but yeah.
Well,
we
we
can
kept
control
mending
it.
on it.
That's true.
We spent some time mending it
Okay.
together, okay?
I didn't know we'd had the time to do that yet, but absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember mentioning it
Okay.
before we'd left the Caverns Department barracks.
A little
'Cause we
fixing
had
it
that
up,
time.
and then the access from the control room. Now that you know where that's at,
Yeah. And we probably want to wait until all the dragons are evacuated before letting the conclave know of this place. Or
yes,
anyone else.
for sure. Yes,
Okay.
for sure. And are we? I mean, that kind of what? Well, we can actually. I've got a sending spell to send, so I
True.
will send a message to Tobias
okay.
that. Well, maybe not today. Let's get the Dragonborn safe, and then we'll worry about Tobias and bringing him here
Yeah.
later. So,
All right.
Okay. So let's put that to work. Whatever travel plans this Lady Sylvana needs, let's put the logistics together for that and make it happen.
Yep.
And does she want us to stay invested here to do that, or are our talents needed elsewhere? Otherwise, we could.
Trying to think if we need to be anywhere else.
There's a lot to explore down here.
Yeah. I was gonna say if there is areas that can be
We could
explored
go.
safely,
We could go
start-
dungeon crawling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind knowing more about these factions that are coming after the Dragonborn and how active they are still, if you're interested in looking into that as well.
Yeah,
I
I know
would
a little bit about
Be happy to
the why, maybe, but
continue
I
to
don't
keep
know
you
who
on
specifically.
the retainer that I have you on to do
Sure.
that.
Okay.
Or if you would like to help in the safekeeping of the Dragonborn during the travels back and forth, that is a
Actually, yeah, come to think of it, as Sully and what's the other Dragonborn's name?
Kurdath.
No, Torin.
Torin. Yeah. Once they were going to the village, I might accompany them to see if I spot any kind in their travels back and forth.
Okay. They've already taken off. I mean, they've got
Yeah.
Oh, they've got some time on us.
probably
yeah,
a
yeah.
couple hours ahead of you.
I think that might be best, actually. Yeah, if I can follow after them towards your hometown. If anybody's nearby, see if I can spot any raptors on the way too.
Okay.
That should be fun.
What would you guys like to do? Would you like to... so I have down options here. We have explore the caverns, which is what... I can't remember who suggested that one.
Yeah.
Explore the area around on the Everlasting Peak to see to find out more about the factions.
As a matter of fact, long rest before I go to the village. That'd probably be a good idea.
Maybe you won't be catching up with them. If I remember right, Sully and Torin were. Oh, Sully got blasted a couple times too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Torin
we all got a
Torin handled all
beat
the
up.
spiders while you guys were getting.
Yeah, Torin, I don't think
Yeah.
Torin
On the
got
side.
touched.
No, I
we
don't
just
think-
have to be too close to the lightning bolt.
Yep.
I think he got hit once by one of the little spider crabs. The last option that we've mentioned is making arrangements or helping to making arrangements for their travel and maybe doing some bodyguarding on that end. So maybe when Lady Sylvana comes back, you help to bodyguard the Dragonborn as you go and meet up with her, and then she takes them back off and stuff.
Yeah.
Which of those three would you guys like to pursue? Whichever you don't, Harold can make arrangements for, and Sala can make arrangements to help out with that.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
agreed to go with Sylvana, so whenever she starts leaving.
Okay. We'll just plan on taking you over with the last group,
Yeah.
so you can help out here with more stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Kelvin?
I was just saying, Kelvin's a little disappointed with the contents of that lockbox. And,
I
Wouldn't-
Eddie's
wouldn't
gonna
mind-
throw
he wouldn't
his
mind
vote in. Yeah,
efforts to see if there are more like it.
I'm thinking along the same lines as Kelvin.
Yeah.
I could look for some more rich stuff around here. There was a little bit. Go dig up a little more, right?
Yeah.
Learn more about
Yeah.
what this place is. Okay.
Yeah, see what's here. Maybe we can find out what other parts are functional or not.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Keep us nearby over the next month while the Dragonborn are being ferried back and forth. And
Yeah. And we can check in, and we could even be within range if there really need to be help. Maybe we could set up an alarm system of some kind that could alert us to come back if
Okay.
we needed to.
Yeah. And if Sully and Torin see any kind, let me know.
Well, and then they maybe even be back before we begin.
Yeah.
I mean, we could wait for them to come back to begin the dungeon delving, because if we hand wave a few days, why not, right?
Can I
Right.
think of any
So-
way that I could rig the console to set up an alarm system at the
Sure.
entrance?
Sure.
At the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the alarm
You've
spell?
been studying these
Don't do.
you've been studying these runes and such that have been placed now that you've learned about these new you've seen explosive runes and stuff. Now you might be able to learn more in the library that you have here about maybe looking up and researching those. So if you want to do some researching, we'll have you roll.
Yeah, let's do some of that right now.
Yeah, let's
Some of
do
that
it.
too. Let me bring up some character sheets here.
Are we good to go for the long rest?
Yes, go ahead and do a long rest.
Cool.
And actually, story-wise, it actually would help me out a little bit if you would send a message to Tobias about what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah.
And that way, if we do have some more guest players that want to pop in,
They could be.
I can
those.
have a reason for
That's perfect.
why they're there.
Yeah. So I mean, I would have burned my last couple sending slots to convey the culmination of what we're doing here, and that we're going to continue to
Okay.
explore this place and keep it safe while Lady Sylvana relocates the Dragonborn over the next 30 days, and at that point, then maybe we'll go out and start doing intelligence
Okay.
sweeps to see what activity the kind and the Harbingers are doing. Like, what's their next step if they're stepping this kind of thing up.
Cool.
If they found another source of Dragonborn
Yeah.
to
I-
use in their strange rituals.
I was gonna say, with that sending spell, what can you you can hear only the person you send that message to back, right?
Right.
And is that message limited?
25 characters each way.
Yeah, 25
Okay.
words.
25
words.
25 characters.
It's a text.
25 characters.
I,
It's a
I
tweet.
was- I was thinking
It's a tweet.
140 characters in tweets. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like
So
that.
like in between, like after all of the important parts about the Dragonborn being safe, like you get to the part where technology comes up,
Mhm.
and like one or two of the sendings are very confusing. Like trying to respond to you, but trying to respond to someone else at the same time.
Okay.
Very frustrated. Eights wants to know everything.
I She won't.
So
she won't let it go.
she's asking all the questions.
Yeah, she's very distracting, but yeah. So
Cool.
She's like trying to
So
take
with
over
those,
Tobias's
yeah,
a
text.
little bit, yeah.
She's like stealing his phone, like.
And problem is, she's like hooked into his armor, so like it's this. She can see the text, but she can't respond, and he's trying to ignore.
So she's
her
just
and-
yelling at his mind, like,
Yeah.
"Come on, ask this one, ask this one."
Nice.
So anyway,
So you're getting a little choppy reception back in the
Yeah,
the wording of the answers.
It's all par for the course.
with the last sending, it's like Eights is very excited. Please send help. Anyway,
Perfect.
Oh, and part of that searching, we could go after those soul stones.
yes, true.
Yeah, we could try to with
Having-
our searching of the area, because right now we know they probably flowed down, so we
Mhm.
just need to find the exit and work our way up it.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
So-
if while Lady Sylvana is here, she can pinpoint where those are.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if any of you like go to the outside of the mountain, you might be able to find the
Yeah.
where the.
And-
Or
streams
yeah, I
flow.
mean, it may have like washed down into a pool, like and dropped to
Yeah.
the bottom, so it's like
Yeah.
running
And if
all
you
over
do
the-
this at nighttime, you could, or if you attune to it, probably
Yeah.
you could actually try to use that augury spell to get a good direction or something.
She is smart. She is smart.
You do have to be able to see the stars.
Yeah, if it's at nighttime and
Yes.
you're going out after
Oh, okay, I see.
after you've attuned to it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, you can't get lost in the Underdark, so
yeah,
that's true.
that's the best part.
And it
got a good
is-
direction down there, which just came to him one day. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
His fear turned into bravery. Let's see. So guidance and
Augury.
augury.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I put that in the Discord chat.
Awesome. Yeah.
So you've got it
just
there.
figuring that out.
Cool.
Very good.
Okay, let's start with a history check to do some research.
Okay.
That's the most researchy type skill we've got going on here. Investigation maybe, but I use investigation for all sorts of stuff if it's perception-y.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this is also drawing on like past knowledge and trying to piece things together.
yes, exactly. You need to remember where the index is for all of your for all the stuff in the library that you're looking through.
So. Like, oh wait, this is the
Bookmark
right
after
section.
bookmark after bookmark.
Yes.
That is how my library is, though.
Yeah.
I will bless whomever's making the roll with
I'm
guidance.
probably doing some of the
So-
primary research here.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I
My
volunteered
my
Yep,
history is terrible.
I also know the library a lot better than anybody else here,
Sure.
probably.
Yeah. And I can help with any.
Possibly even more so than my dad,
Okay.
because I've just spent hours in it. So.
Yep.
All
I
right,
can
so
help with
Jin's
any-
helping, you get advantage, and then you get you get advantage from yours anyway, huh?
Either one, it's all.
Yeah.
Kelvin's rolling at
With
a
advantage.
-1 for history, so he has
16.
no.
Is that with the +6? Oh, okay. All right.
16.
Kelvin's not much of a reader, but Lene
He has
comes
no
across.
any of it, but he is he comes up with a regular patrol to walk.
Yep.
There you go.
Just to make sure things are looking for people that may have discovered it or trying to discover it. He's just just on guard.
Okay, that makes sense. So you've got you've set up little watch points and places where you've identified where people might come up through, and so Kelvin can be found out constantly on patrol doing that. In the meantime, Lene comes across a few different records that you piece together from 3 or 4 books. And in the end, you've got cross-references in your notes and lines drawn between different symbols and whatnot. You think you might be able to activate the dragon if somebody comes across a certain part of the tunnel.
Kind of give it a sense sensor things.
A lot in the way that
Trigger sensor.
Yeah, exactly. A lot in the way that in a similar way to how it triggered when you guys tried to get into the vault.
All right, so I think I can recreate that again at a different location.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
We are learning the ways of redstone.
Yes. All right, so I can definitely do that. I kind of wanted to also research if there's any information on other locations within the facility.
Okay. There is not. Like your father said, there's very little
no
information about. There's no instruction manual even for the main control room or anything. And make an insight check.
10?
Okay. That's all you come up with. Then is that you're not able to find any information about this facility itself.
At least in this library. Who knows what will happen if we come across others.
The princess is in another castle.
And just, I think one of these nights that when we have downtime, I actually want to take that soul stone that I found and ask it a question.
Oh, okay.
And I want to see if there is any response. It's like, trying to think. I had this planned and I can't think of anything now. Do you have a name?
A distant voice, after spending hours with it and attuning to it even, a very quiet and very distant voice says, I am Luz.
Luz.
I am Luz. And then that voice fades away after repeating that several times. You're not able to determine anything else from it.
Mm. Okay. And then I actually, in my pouch, I pull out 3 other soul stones. And each of these stones is cracked and lifeless.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of line them up. And I tell, essentially just say, Luz, I need you to do something for me. You're going to see a shape. I'm going to show you a shape, and I do a minor illusion of a 7-sided star.
Okay.
Tomorrow's symbol. And I tell Luz, I want you to look up and see if you can see this symbol. It'll be small and it'll be faint, but I want to see if you can see it.
You don't hear any other answer from the soul stone this time. Almost like it's still considering what it's told you already.
Okay.
So,
No.
in time that we have, Eddie's just curious. So, this facility was removing the souls of Dragonborn and putting them into soul stones, and then recreating them as forged. And does that start a new personality? Is that person lost?
They didn't use the souls here for reproduction, no.
What did they use the souls here? Just to trap them to power automatons that didn't have sentience?
As far as I'm aware. There's, from what I've been able to gather, whenever the Forged tried to create new Forged from these souls, something about them was incompatible.
So they would just use them as batteries, essentially, as power wells.
I want to do something.
It might have been their draconic essence that made them incapable of fusing to other forms.
You have a soulstone on you, yes?
Mhm.
Could you bring it into the control room with me for like 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna cast detect magic, and I want to like hone in on the soulstone that he has, so I can like recognize its signature and see if there are any others within the control room.
Okay. When do you do this? So Lady Sylvana has taken the first trip, and she is gone right now.
Yeah, it's probably
She's taken the eggs first back to the keep, and left him in the charge of what was his name?
The big old dude.
Yeah, the big guy.
Yeah, that
I feel
started
like
beating us up.
It was like Matt. It was Matt something.
He attacked me with a tree branch. No, not a tree branch. A bag full of tree branches.
Yeah, that's right.
It
was amazing.
It was all of the logs that he was carrying.
It was
yes.
all of the logs, and it was
just
awesome.
swinging at you with a sack full of logs.
Wow, yeah.
He's a genasi, so.
I thought he was a Goliath.
Oh, Goliath. Thank
Yeah,
you. I
yeah.
said genasi. I meant Goliath.
Big old guy.
Another G word. Where is it?
He batted Tobias around a little bit, but turned out to be a friend.
Oh, Tommel. It was Tommel. So it was like Thomas, but with an L.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tommel.
So she's had Tommel put together rooms and things and stuff and get that started. So she is gone during this first part where you guys are exploring things and setting up defenses and all that stuff. Is this when she's back, or is this while she's still gone?
Probably while she's
Probably
still
how
gone.
she's still
Okay.
going. Yeah.
Because this is just something I want to know for my own curiosity.
Okay. Great. I love curiosity.
I was just like,
it does
please,
something
just
to some things.
Be gentle.
I'm just detecting magic, so I don't even need to touch it. I just need it in the room so I can, sense
Compare
it.
the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
Because I've
guys
never
are
investigated the console for soulstones before, so
True.
I want to
True.
know. There's something powering this, probably a soulstone. Where is it?
Wow.
Go ahead.
while you guys are all in the middle of this, like very deep conversations, casting all these, like detecting magic, Calvin pokes his head and he's like, "Hey, I saw some deer today, guys.
Cool, dude.
Outside, there's some deer out there. Oh, you
Tell
got.
my
Oh, you're
mom, she
busy.
might be able to
Okay.
hunt it with you.
Carry on, no, carry on. I'll be around.
No,
Let me just
no
go back.
raptors, right?
If you catch a deer, please bring it to me. I have some great venison steak recipes.
Done. Calvin gets very excited. He's into it. All right.
And what's Eddie?
And if you find
what's Eddie
any
been up to?
forageable
Oh,
fruits or something, bring those too.
He's probably horsing around with the Dragonborn and
Oh, okay.
showing them how to play games and things like he used to when he was a kid.
Cool.
Being a
And,
troublemaker with them.
Yeah.
Picking
Now
organs and
that
whatnot.
you have access
Oh,
to
no.
them, they're super excited.
no.
Kurdath and Draven are there,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been telling stories about the outside world to the Dragonborn. They're very excited to hear about where they would be going and about Dragon's Keep, and so you can tell them about that.
They've also got some toddlers to deal with.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
There you go. I actually have a room. You guys
Mostly,
never made it over here, but
mostly I'm just teaching them, showing them sleight of hand tricks to pull a coin out of the ear and show them magic like that, and then show the older kids how to do it,
nice.
and continue to trick the little kids.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Love it.
When you bring the soulstone into the room and you start casting a spell near it, the things that are the runes and the glowing runes in the rune all wink out for just a brief second, and then everything in the rune lights up. The whole mountain starts to rumble. So Kelvin, you feel this as you're walking
This
away.
is a 10-minute casting time too.
Yeah.
So.
as you, so it about halfway through casting it is when this happens, or very close to the end, right before it's about to manifest. or just as it's manifesting. The whole mountain, the everlasting peak, starts to shake and rumble. You see dirt and rocks start to fall above you, Eddie, as you scramble around trying to find things to hide underneath. The lights in the control room are going crazy now at this point, and everything has been activated. Let's have everyone make a dex saving throw just to see if you fall or have something falls on you.
Okay.
Let me know what you get with that.
Oh, hallelujah. Okay.
4.
10.
Okay.
17. Shield.
What do you got, Kelvin?
I appreciate it. I probably should have also shielded
9.
myself.
9 for Calvin. Not great.
9. Not great.
Well, we're not in combat, so it's standard.
Oh, should I have long rested at this point?
Yes.
Should you be what? Yes, you should have rested by this point.
Might be important.
Okay, anybody that rolled under a 12 takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage from things just falling from the roof.
Did you shield me?
Rocks or beams.
Does a shield count?
Or, actually,
Shield's
Dragon
armor
wing-
class.
dragon
your
wings.
wings. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yes, that would help. If you got over, what did I say?
12?
12. If you got
Yeah.
over 12, then no damage from that. Otherwise, you take 10. Eddie, you get pummeled as you're trying to push all these dragonborn underneath some of the tables and
I'm not sure.
beds that they have there.
By half, maybe?
Kelvin, a beam falls directly in front of you and knocks you backwards. As the dust settles, now the control room is completely lit up, every part of it.
Ooh.
And Kelvin, you can hear things moving throughout the complex now. The carts that you saw before on the tracks and such are now starting to be in motion, and the
I'm
tracks
sure
are,
this place being
are
fully
shifting.
functional is a very good thing.
No.
And
I imagine my dad bursts in like, "What did you do?"
Lenny, what? Eddie,
Yes.
in the back of the cavern where the dragonborn are staying,
Uh-huh.
a large
Did not
piece of the wall
anticipate.
opens up.
I start evacuating these kids right now. I'm
Okay.
getting them out. However I came in, they're leaving with me that way out. Like
Okay.
as soon as this room starts altering in any way, we're out of there.
You the only way to get into there is through the river or through the streams,
Okay.
and there are rafts that float down there.
Okay.
They have one down there. You're gonna have to load them up on those
Yep.
and start like pushing them upstream.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So-
what we'll do.
Especially the littlest ones.
Oh, jeez. I run to the hatching chamber.
No, the eggs were already taken.
Not all of them.
No, she took all the eggs.
She took
all
they're,
of
they're
them.
just they're
Oh,
just,
okay. Okay.
you know,
We're good.
this size.
I
It
thought
is
she was taking those
kids.
one.
She's
at
a
a
giant
time.
dragon.
They're-
She can take
yeah.
a bunch of small
They're
eggs.
human baby-sized eggs,
Okay.
right? They're humanoid-sized
Actually,
eggs.
which she might have taken like the smallest of the dragonborn too.
She probably could have taken,
Like the-
probably Draven, since he's already been there.
Yeah.
I bet she's got
Yeah.
Draven.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm calm. Not calm, but calmer.
You're not instantly panicking thinking about a bunch of eggs being destroyed.
No. But then I think of the kids, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
But we do know that he was with them, so.
Yeah.
So do I need to? I mean, as far
Yes,
as getting,
let's
them,
have you
what do
make
want me to do?
several athletics checks.
I was gonna say,
Athletics?
skill
just
tests, yes.
with the
Okay.
detect,
to try and push them
The
upstream.
did the detect
Did
magic
my-
work?
Did it work?
If this is what you want to call working, then yes.
Does it manifest as it should, or do I feel like the magic that I was putting in
It
got
definitely
sapped
got
away?
warped into whatever this is.
Hmm.
That didn't work.
So,
So-
yes, souls
You
are
still
to
have
blame.
a. Oh, jeez, I keep typing on the wrong thing. You still get a sense of magic, and I think the presence of magic, but it's everywhere in this room right now.
Hmm.
Kind of blinding.
Mhm.
And
Probably.
you get to sense what. Yeah, the entire control room is magical to you, and you see an aura of green, a green aura around everything in the room now, brighter than what it was glowing before.
Yeah.
And
ironically, Jin can see better now.
it's School of Magic too.
Can I pinpoint any soul stones present, or
Um,
is it a little bit too difficult for me right now?
I don't know that you pinpoint any. Like a. Okay.
Same kind of energy signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you get a.
That's why I had the one soul stone brought in, because then I could compare.
Right.
Yeah.
Is your soul stone glowing?
Yes.
Still yes.
Like, more so than normal, though?
I'm not sure.
You sense 2 schools of magic here. You sense transmutation and necromancy.
Hey, I actually have some necromancy knowledge, so...
There you go. Maybe it's enchantment. Hang on a second. It's probably enchantment, not transmutation.
Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh
Yeah,
boy.
enchantment.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
All right.
Okay,
Let's make some
so
athletics checks.
yeah, well, I say a quick prayer to Lady Savannah and give to Timora and give myself
And probably Savannah,
guidance
too.
so that I can get a plus D4. I don't know why I keep thinking guidance is just advantage. It's not.
It's not. It's D4, right?
It's D4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here that comes.
Because then it would make sense, because guidance, you could just help somebody and get
Yeah,
somebody
and
advantage.
get the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
the D4. So helping somebody and giving them guidance.
There
then
you go.
Can
It
get,
makes sense.
Yeah. So 9
All right.
because my strength is phenomenal.
You guys are floating downstream, unfortunately,
Okay.
instead of upstream. We're going to go with 4 successes for 4 failures,
Okay. What's the DC?
and we'll set it at 12.
At 12.
Yeah.
Well, I will say a prayer before each.
Since it's so heavy, you've loaded all the kids up
Yeah,
on this.
is the oldest one able to help me? And
Sure, we
give me
we give you
advantage.
advantage. Okay. if you throw a stick to the oldest ones, they can.
Okay,
the
they can try to
15-year-old
paddle.
Try and help
Okay.
you with you.
So here we
Pushing
go.
it
Here
up.
comes advantage.
It's more like
and-
gondola sticks. Like
Yeah.
trying to push it back up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little better. 19
All right.
on my first.
All right. You make progress back up to where you were at before.
Okay, and then again, 17.
1. Okay.
It's a really good thing I have advantage.
Yeah.
You're able to push up the stream.
And this would be a 15.
All right. That's 3.
Cool.
Okay.
The entrance to their cavern is out of sight now,
Okay.
and you think you can see the mechanisms up
The
ahead of
crane.
you.
This
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
this is the most strength that Eddie's put into anything in a long time, and that would give me a 18.
An 18. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I should have just done 2 failures.
Yeah, I mean, with advantage,
That's
I
fine.
don't know if I would have done it without advantage, and because, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so get up there.
All right. After much struggle, you find yourself back up to the base of the lift, the crane that lifts things down. The cave that they were in before is completely out of sight now.
Okay.
Most of these kids have never been here before.
So once actually I get them somewhere where they're safe, then I want to go see what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just reacting out of I don't like it when stuff moves around here.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, exactly.
That was not expected.
No.
Yeah, I guess next resolve what's going on because I got
so
the
this
kids.
is the little
Do
landing
we
where
hear
you
like
get them to.
crying from your way too? From just the kids being scared?
Yeah, at some point, Kelvin too can see them come paddling up this stream. I'll take you back to where they're at if you go back to roll 20. So Kelvin is right here. The rest of you are inside the control room.
So
Maybe
Yeah, and
Slavonic
there's
is gone,
No reason that should have happened.
and Eddie is back down here.
Underneath
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to take anyone back with you? Calvin, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, Kelvin, why don't you come take a look at what happened in this room where the kids have been? Because something was moving in there, and I might need somebody that can handle themselves.
I was going to say, the crane, is the crane still functional?
You guys busted up the crane a while
Yeah,
ago,
we did.
so it is not functional. You're going to have to pull them up with ropes and,
Okay.
and such.
The transmutation magic that I'm seeing.
Lene tried to attack you with the crane. Enchantment magic. Enchantment.
Oh, enchantment.
Yeah, sorry, I spoke. I misspoke there.
Okay. Is that primarily in the like consoles themselves, like
Right.
the wirings and stuff? To
Yeah, where the energy flows through and the runes and things that have lit up.
Mhm.
The soul stone itself, and you sense just the general power behind all of this is necrotic energy.
Yep.
Okay, so I did learn some stuff, but I'm not sure if it was worth it.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you're,
could you guys unpower all this stuff now?
I
That's the
have
first
no
question I'm yelling up
idea.
from the river. You guys
Yeah.
turn the power off now?
I don't know.
I was going to say, would there have been any reaction from a soul stone activating other soul stones? Like, is this a fail safe of sorts?
You don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's just that the
Maybe proximity does something. Have
Just-
it come out of
yeah.
there with the soul stone.
yeah,
Yeah,
it could
I'll
have been
leave
it
the
could have
room
been that,
immediately.
that it just didn't have enough power
Hmm.
in this control room before to do all of this.
Oh, that makes more sense.
And
Yeah.
I was casting a prolongated ritual, so
Yeah, we added more power to the room, and the room went, okay, let's turn on everything.
I feel like I've probably cast like cantrips in there before, but
Sure, but never had an extra soul stone in there with you.
Yeah, the soul stone.
Doing it, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, we know the facility is much
Is-
larger than we thought.
I
Is
imagine
it-
there's probably stuff above us,
Yeah,
given the rumbling.
and below.
So
All
what's
right.
happening back in the nursery?
Eddie and Kelvin back in the nursery. That's a good name for it. The cavern wall has split in two
Okay.
and opened again like a secret door. Down
Oy.
the cavern now, you see flickering lights every 60 or 30 or 60 feet,
Okay.
where lights spark with blue glowing
Is it
runes.
a passage or a large space?
A large passage.
A large
It's a passage.
Okay.
And
Flickering light, like something that's got intermittent or shaky power kind of thing. Like
yes, exactly right. So as if
Okay.
as if fluorescent bulbs are flickering
Okay. Okay.
down this cavern. What you can make out is there's a lot of junk and detritus just around on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
as you see little boxes of crates and things like that. And it goes on into where it fades. In the end, it fades into just a
I was
little
going to say, Jim
pinpoint
definitely comes to join you.
of darkness and light.
Okay.
And we'll end there for tonight.
All right.
Oof.
That's where we'll adventure.
I was going to ask.
By the way, I would have told you that I noticed the necrotic and enchantment energies.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do with the kids, though, now that the nursery
Yeah.
is compromised. So
Yeah.
I guess they stay.
They can stay in my
where-
dad's library.
Yeah, in the
thing.
in the library area, I suppose that's going to be.
I was
where they're
gonna
be.
say, I was gonna ask the kids, has this ever happened before?
So the main entrance that we know is accessible is being guarded by the clockwork dragon.
yeah.
Yes.
Right. So being us going down here and leaving the kids in the library should be fairly safe as far as we can think at this point.
If anybody comes through that main way
Uh-huh.
that doesn't know about the trigger,
Uh-huh.
then yes, then the dragon
Yeah.
would activate.
There might be like a
Okay.
small window that somebody could pass by, but we can also see and hear what's happening there for the most
Mhm.
part, or like not see,
Mhm.
but you can hear when somebody comes.
From the control room, yeah.
Because that's what I was doing with y'all.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there is a
From the control. Speaking of the control room, where before you used to have a little blips on a map of the cavern of the complex, that map has expanded, and you see several other little things blipping on the edges of this complex now.
So I goofed up, but it might be to our advantage, but it also might be to our detriment.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. I mean, have any of those blips become color-coded in any way?
No, they're all just reds and just.
I feel like there's some lockboxes down there.
Oh, and also, even though it's been a little confusing and a little chaotic, when I came out bringing the Dragonborn back, I had shifted my Glimmer armor into what looks to be yellow and blue spandex, and that's when I first see Kelvin, I kind of look at him and give him a look like, what about this? Is the uniform? Just
some
trying
high vis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying 1982 X-Men is what I, yeah, exactly. Just,
are we thinking like the
I'm
Incredibles
spitballing.
pre-red suit? Like
Correct, yeah,
super
exactly.
suit.
Like Wolverine and
gosh.
Cyclops.
exactly.
All right.
We're like
With the hood and everything.
Oh yeah, it's
retro
the whole-
50s futuristic
Okay.
Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just putting in entries. It's just, I can change this once a day, so I'm just gonna keep trying.
Keep trying with that.
So,
Keep trying until
what do you think
find
of the yellow
something that works.
spandex,
Do you,
Kelvin?
No, that's a veto.
Okay, all right, I'll keep trying.
Hey,
Keep trying.
you're in high vis right now in a cave situation,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
actually
I-
beneficial here. So.
Eddie on the
I
back.
think we can do that
Good
with spandex entirely.
Hilarious.
Doesn't matter what color it is. Let's.
Okay, I'll avoid spandex in the future.
There you go.
I'll try other materials.
shift over into.
Fine silks.
I got ideas. They're coming. You'll see them.
All right, we're excited. All right, well, thanks everybody. We'll leave off there with this new area for you to discover. Oh, and Kelvin gets a strong sense of aberrations up ahead.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Nice little tidbit for until next week. All right, until next week, everybody. Thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. I always forget to go and check the stats while or the chat once we get into this. But appreciate people watching and chatting with us. Love to see you here, and we'll see you guys next week. Check out any of our archives on YouTube under Dragons Keep TV, and send us the email dragonskeeptv@gmail.com.
Yeah, let's get
if
some more
you're interested
visitors.
in,
We'd love to have you.
That'd be awesome.
Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.